going to be another big week at Manchester United, with the club accelerating plans to name an interim head coach. But who should they appoint? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Michael Carrick? We understand Carrick is now the front runner for the job, but a final decision has not been made yet. OK, Tim, in terms of Michael Carrick, we were talking about this in the last hour, but what makes him the right call rather than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
I think it ended so bad, Tom, at the end for Ole. I know there was a lot of players there who saw him. It was a real negative time for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on the managerial side at Manchester United. I remember that last game away at Watford, Vicarage Road. The fans it was toxic. You know, fans were giving some stick. I remember Bruno Fernandes standing behind him and, you know, saying it's a collective, it's not all about the manager. So I just felt like the way it ended, it couldn't be him again. And I think Michael's gone away. He's gone to Middlesbrough. He's had 3 games as interim manager at United, 1-2, drew 1. So he's done a decent job, albeit a small bite size. Then went to Middlesbrough. They were struggling at the time. He picked them up, steadied the ship. Has a decent playing style, knows exactly what he wants from the players, and he has a good aura about him. I think he talks well with the media. He looks the part, and I think it's a no-brainer for Michael. You've been interim manager before. Yeah. What's his role now till the end of the season then? What does he have to do? First of all, if I would have gone, when you go in there and you say, is there any opportunity for me to stay till after, beyond the end of the season? And you would want to know that. And I think the answer will be no with Michael. I think he's there till the end of the season. Now, if he goes and wins 17 games, which he's got left, and qualifies for the Champions League, which is the only thing left for him, they're out of every competition. There'd be a clamour to keep him. But would that clamour... now they've got history, Man United fans. They remember the clamour to keep Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and they looked at it as a poor decision in the end. Now, I just think, from Michael's point of view, he's got nothing to lose. If he wants to continue with his management career beyond Manchester United, he's got a good platform to be able to do it. It's broke at the moment, so he needs to go and fix it. He needs to implement his playing style, not Manchester United's playing style, the style he wants to play, which will enhance the players and shine them in the correct light. They haven't got fantastic players, but they haven't got bad players. They've got decent enough players. For them to be in touching distance of the Champions League spots and the season they've had is remarkable for me. But I just think that the quality of the Premier League beyond the top 2 is not fantastic this season. So there's a real opportunity for them to finish in the Champions League. That will be the objective from the hierarchy. They will say, we need to finish in the Champions League. Now, it's a big ask, we know that, because there's a lot of teams fighting for that position, or them 2 positions, maybe 4th or 5th. I think Liverpool will finish in 3rd place beyond Man City, and then Arsenal will be champions. But he's got every opportunity to be able to do that. And if he does well, then there might be other opportunities for him. He might not want to be a manager in the long run, beyond this season. But if he does, then I think the door's open for a lot of clubs to take Michael Carrick as their manager. Yeah, well, when Van Nistelrooy did it, he ended up with a Premier League job, didn't he, after his interim spell. Now, Sky Sports are partnered with Finalysis to discover true fan opinion. To have your say in your club, download the Finalysis app now. Scan the QR code for more details. Let's speak to Manchester United supporter Adam Stott now. Hello again, Adam. Right, OK, so things have changed a little bit since we last spoke to you on either Friday or Thursday, whatever it was last week. So would you be happy with Carrick?
I'm really annoyed that it's like the only option that we've got. Manchester United should be going out there and picking another manager. I think that's what a lot of us are saying right now. Why is it only between Solskjaer and Carrick? If I was picking out of the 2, I would go with Michael Carrick. I think I said that if they were the only 2 options. I think it's just really frustrating that it's only them 2. Yeah. Like Tim Sherwood just said then Tim, like, this is an audition for Michael Carrick. Like, you've got another manager coming in here who's got no Premier League experience, who's been able to use Manchester United, Manchester United, as his platform to then get another job in the future. This is United. I know it sounds crazy, we keep on saying that, and that's lost its aura a little bit, obviously, but how are we in this situation? That's the big question right now, and I think that's where a lot of the fans' anger towards the ownership is coming from. I think it's, why are we here? And the only one answer that any Man United fan comes out with is the way the club has been run. Yeah, Adam, I just feel that Michael Carrick, let's go back to Ruben Amorim. Not that you wanted Ruben in the first place, but I think he's got more chance of success than Ruben Amorim had.
Even though Ruben Amorim managed in Portugal, Michael Carrick knows the Premier League inside and out. He knows a lot more about it than Ruben Amorim ever did. And also, he knows about the environment, what he's going into, the size of the club and the demands of the football club. Forget about the past. I think we have to throw that away now. It's always going to be history. It's always going to be fantastic memories for you guys. But you're going to have to rebuild again. Now, Michael's not there to rebuild again now because he hasn't got that time. He's got 17 games to try and get enough points for you to qualify for the Champions League, where I believe, and you obviously believe, Man United should be.
Yeah, it's like you said there, Tim. It's like United have to rebuild again. It's the same players. Why are these players going to listen to what Michael Carrick's vision is when they know that there's another manager coming in at the end of the season? Are they bothered right now? That's what we're all asking as fans.
Well, they've got to be bothered to play in the Champions League.
Well, there's an acceptance from this fan base that this is actually happening now. These players are just going to keep on doing this. If we're relying on these players to get into the Champions League, Tim, like you said, then we've had that opportunity with Ruben Amorim all season. Every time fourth place has been there for grabs, they've failed. There is a serious issue within this squad and these players that I don't think any manager coming in can fix right now. And again, we've got another man here who we're all thinking is just going to get the same results again, because these players really are the biggest issue at Manchester United right now, and I can't see Michael Carrick getting any more out of him. I hope that he does, but I'm sick of trying to find a positive and a way out of this when these players keep on producing the same performances week in, week out, no matter who is on the pitch. We're talking about players like Ahmad and Mbeumo coming back. Bruno's back from injury now. Mason Mount's back. Earlier in the season, we had all of them players, and we're still in exactly the same position. We're still underperforming. It's down to the players as well. Like, obviously, there's a bigger picture here with the ownership and everything else, but in this short period now, if we're just talking specifically about Carrick, I just don't see these players doing anything more for him. They could have done it for Fletcher in 2 games. No disrespect, it's Burnley and a weakened Brighton side, and we still couldn't get ourselves up to beat them teams. So what hope have we got against City and Arsenal coming up, for God's sake, next? That's going to be a big problem, and it's probably not fair on Carrick that he's coming into them 2 games either.
Yeah, good 2 games to win, though. You know, the confidence of what that
if he does, then yeah, it's a mood swinger, definitely. But I think the fans and the acceptance, like I just said then, it feels like you're just not going to get it at the moment from these players, and that's just an honest opinion from a fan.
Right, Adam, now or the end of the season, and we're talking about now, you get your choice. Who's the man you want for the long term of this football club now?
Tuchel, straight out. A man with presence, a man that's won it, a man that's been in the Premier League. It's Tuchel or Ancelotti.
Okay.
I kind of agree with what Gary Neville said. We've gone with the legends. We've gone with the up-and-coming managers from Europe. It does not work. Someone needs to go in there that commands respect, but that's the bigger fear again past that, because then does that man fit in with this car crash of an ownership of this football club? Ruben Amorim, in what he did in signing his resignation papers by going in on the board, has just opened up a bigger issue at Manchester United now, and everybody's focus is on the ownership. I'm not quitting. Well, he did quit because he went against the board, and we all know that that's a resignation letter on its own. So this is the issue. Big manager in, yeah, that's good on paper, but does it work with the ownership, which is all over the place at the moment?
Well, Thomas never suffers fools, you know that.
Well, this is Vic Thomas has got that reputation, hasn't he? Ancelotti, I don't know. Is he coming to the end of his career now as a manager? Is it the right time to bring him in? Honestly, I feel like Tuchel, I've had the privilege to sit in a press conference with Thomas Tuchel, and he demands respect. He will handle the media well. He is used to dealing with the big football club and the big occasion. He's got that presence. I'm worried about the ownership in him and him wanting that power, like you said, Tim. That's my biggest concern.
But do you get a feeling, Tim, that in football now, boards or whoever's making these decisions are purposely appointing head coaches stroke managers who aren't going to go against them for that reason? Rather than looking for the best person for the job, they're looking for someone who is just going to do what they say.
In some circumstances,
to a certain extent.
Yeah, in some circumstances, I think that is the case. But I think in a lot of cases, sometimes, I think in Man United's case, they want a manager who they can trust. They want someone in there who they trust to do the job. For instance, I'm going to use them as an example. I know Aston Villa fans will not be happy, but Aston Villa took Unai Emery in there. It was not happening for Aston Villa, but they give him the keys. They let him take over the club. But he still had a sporting director, still have heads of departments still at the football club. But they all listened to him because they believe he had no self-indulgence. He was going to operate in the best interests of the football club, not in the best interests of Unai Emery. I think if you've got that manager, if you find that one, the one you can trust, I think they would love to work with someone who's got the ideas, who buys into the economics of the club as well. Because managers have to understand there is financial restraints as well. But if you get it right on the pitch, then everything else is secondary.
I think that's the point there. It's like there's backing in finances and bringing players in, but there's also backing when things are not going well with current players. For instance, if you've got a problem with certain players in your squad, that player's allowed to go to his agents, then he's talking to the club, then there's a problem behind the scenes. The manager needs support from the board level that you're in charge. If there's a problem with a playoff, it's still going to be dealt with where you're the top man. Not one player is bigger than this football club. The manager has to be the most important man. He needs support in that area. And I think that's where it broke down with Ruben in the end. I think he was obviously given this sort of idea of him coming in and being able to do what he wanted and given that freedom, and then it was taken away. That's the only reason I can think he did what he did. Something changed behind the scenes, but support needs to be in backing the manager with what's there already. Don't let these players, which we all see as Manchester United fans, especially the ones that have been here for years, being the ones that run this football club. It's crazy how some of these players have still got contracts at this football club that have been here for years in our worst ever period. There needs to be control from the top, because that's got out of control with Manchester United now.
Adam, maybe this time next week we'll have you on talking about a Derby Day victory. Thank you.
No, I'm not hopeful, but cheers, guys.
Right, well, you've been sending us your voice notes all morning. Keep them coming in. Let's hear from Matthew on whether Michael Carrick is the right choice for the interim role.
No manager will do well at Manchester United, not even if they bring Fergie, Klopp, Guardiola and put them all on the bench. Until they change the quality of the player, doesn't matter who's coaching them. So it's all on the players more than the coach. Thank you.
It's difficult, Tim, because when you look at the sort of a director of football, I was going to say, do they want all of the credit and none of the blame? But actually, they don't tend to get the credit when things are going well, do they? Is that a fair thing that I've just said?
Burma are decent signings, yeah. Lamans, you'd have to say the goalkeeper has been a decent signing.
Is it fair saying that they don't tend to get a lot of praise when things are going well? That goes to the manager, but when things are going wrong, they all get the blame?
Yeah,
is that fair?
100%. 100%. I mean, but there becomes a divide. The manager blames the players. When things are not going well and he loses his job, he will blame the players. He will blame the recruitment of that group of players. And the sporting director will be telling the owner when a manager's not coaching them correctly. So there's a disconnect straight away. So I always feel like the manager has to have an input. Look, he has to understand the economics of the football club. He can't just go out and say, I want to buy Lionel Messi and Ronaldo. It's not possible. We can get this player who's similar qualities, not similar qualities to those two, obviously, but they're within our budget. Do you want him? Do you want him or not? And the manager has to say, yes, I would like him at the football club. Don't just bring someone in over the top of the manager and say, go and work with him and make him into he's not very good at the moment, but polishing him up and make him better. You have to, as a manager, improve the group of players that you got. Now, Michael Carrick, he's got no choice now. Yes, of course, he'll want 5 people in January, but they're not going to give Michael Carrick 5 players in January. Of course they're not. Because they might have 5 players, whoever, Thomas Tuchel or whoever comes into the club, Pochettino, at the end of the World Cup to Manchester United, might not want them players.